What's going on, everyone? It's Sean from Barbell Built Body, and today we're talking about making sure your rows don't look like your shrugs. So a common error that you see when people row is that they'll start creeping their shoulder upwards like they're doing a shrug. So they're pulling up, and that's not the movement, right? Shrugs like this, scapular elevation, that's what you're doing, upper traps. That's not what you're training when you're doing rows. So you want to make sure you're trying to keep the scapula down, right? So the scapula basically, as it wraps around, so see it's protracted right now, so what you're doing is retracting it, just pulling it closer to the spine, and then you're also extending the shoulder, so bringing that arm back. You don't want to come up. So one of the cues is oftentimes like pull, tuck into the hip, right? So when you're using a dumbbell, you're grabbing it, and you're pulling, and you're tucking into the hip, which is great, that normally works. But the other thing you need to make sure is that whatever you're doing, that this shoulder is not coming up towards your ear. So the movement is like that, it's not like this. See the difference? Feeling traps here, boom, rowing better here. One of the other things you want to make sure is you want to keep a long spine. So basically keep that back flat, keep that head facing forward, and not kind of roll your shoulders. So this is another thing. It's often most of the time you see this when somebody's rowing too heavy. They start getting that scapula elevation, that shoulder creeping upwards, and they kind of start rounding. So this is another thing, like you'll see kind of like this, like. So basically the weight's too heavy, you're swinging it. Bring it back, tuck it back into that hip, make sure this isn't climbing up, and then bring it back down. There's a couple good reps here, so just like that. Hope this is helpful. I'll talk to you guys soon. Drop any questions below.